Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes.
Today we celebrating another anniversary. Nas's sophomore album.
Top
it
five.
was written. The 25th anniversary, man. Nas Escobar, man. We talking about Nas. We talking about his album. We gonna talk about the album.
Hey, boy.
We gonna talk about the impact. We gonna get into all of that. But first of all, fellas, Nas. It was written, like the climate in hip hop at the time that this came out is, what was going on in hip hop? It was written time.
This is the
July 2nd.
This is the heavy hitters. The heavy hitters is, you know what I mean? You had the Bigs, the Wu-Tangs, Pac. Pac is back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
96 was a crazy year.
coming off of Illmatic, a classic album, some people's Bible in hip hop. But he came out in the midst of everything, man.
Yeah.
Dropped a...
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No.
This is when everybody.
We got Jay-Z too.
Yeah. This is when everybody was popping, and pretty much out of everybody, he was the cream of the crop, or right at the top of everybody. At all this dope music that's coming out, and he's like the guy that most people is looking up to, or one of the few guys that everybody's looking up to. But this is a great time in music, man. You got the East Coasters killing it. Pac on the West Coast, moving major units.
Did we get All Eyes on Me yet?
That
came out early in the year.
February.
February,
We got that
right.
out the way. So he's smoking.
And this is when, June or July?
This is July. July 2nd.
July 2nd. So that means Reasonable Doubt's out.
Reasonable Doubt's out, but
Yeah,
that was a slow burner.
Yeah.
So
But
at this point,
can you imagine all these albums coming out and you like, damn, I gotta set my shit up because that album's hot, that album's hot, that album's hot.
yeah, nah.
I need to go back in the lab and get some stuff ready because this is 96 was a crazy year.
So where do y'all think Nas was at this point in his career?
well, you gotta think like I said, Illmatic's already out. So he's. I don't know if you're looking to see if he's gonna come up with a sophomore slump, but nobody thinks that you can outdo Illmatic.
Yeah.
Like Illmatic was the hip hop Bible damn near. Like that was it. And it's out, and then now he coming out with his sophomore album. Like I'm quite sure nobody think he could outdid that.
I feel like maybe Nas was at like a place of like I still want to keep it street, but I want to sell records.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like people are selling records now, and Nas was like, damn, I can rap, but how can I become this superstar? What do I have to do?
Yeah, because you got Ready to Die, which was a gutter album, but the remixes made it commercial.
Then you got the record label behind you, like, oh, why don't you make a Biggie record? Why don't you make a Tupac record?
I don't even think they was behind him. He wanted that. He was like, I made this, highly acclaimed album, and I'm broke. So like, y'all love it, but I'm broke.
It was heavily bootlegged.
Biggie is getting money. How can I get in that lane a little bit? Like, I need to get money. And I think that's how he felt. Talent wise, he was just rapping.
No question about it.
He was like,
talent.
he was there. But he was like, okay, how can I take this to another level? Still kind of be credible, like you said, but make some money.
Before or okay, nah. This led to the firm. This led to the firm, right?
Yeah, this was actually kind of kicked all that off. So expectations before it was written came out.
I'm young, man. I don't even know what expectations is at this point. Like I'm just listening to music. Like it wasn't a whole lot of like Nas' new album come out. I was just listening to music at this point, man.
96, I was in 6th grade, and actually this was the first song I heard from Nas was the joint with him and Lauryn Hill.
You was in 6th grade?
Yeah, 96. If I Ruled the World, that summer they was playing out on the radio heavy.
Well, I actually was in if it's July, then I was going. Then I probably was going to 10th grade.
Right. I'm September. I'm going to high school.
Yeah, I'm going to 10th grade then. Yeah, so because it's July, so I'm going to 10th grade. So
you know what?
I don't know how many years you
might
behind
have been 6th grade going into 7th.
Yeah. So
damn, Sean, I thought you were like a couple years younger.
Yeah, I'm class of 2003.
Yeah, no, you couldn't have been. You got to
you
redo this, Sean.
You would have been a freshman when I was a senior.
Nah, because my brother, he was a senior when I was a freshman. We went to the same school.
So he's younger than me. So then I'm definitely older than you. Then.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but you're 1 year older.
Oh,
than
that
me.
one. Oh, yeah. So then,
right.
Yeah,
so you couldn't have been in middle school then.
No,
or
was
you
in-
going to middle school.
That means you was in 8th grade when I was a senior. Then.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Right. So you couldn't have been, if you 3 grades behind him. If y'all in high school together and you're a freshman, he's a senior. There's no way you could be in middle school with him. He's in 8th grade. You're going to 6. He's going to high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I was in middle school.
You
when
was
this came
not.
out. I had to be.
You couldn't have been. Your brother graduated 2000. He's in my grade.
We need some
Yeah.
yearbooks.
No.
We need some yearbook checks.
Sean, 1996. You
Yes.
are leaving 5th grade on your way to 6th grade.
Yeah, I'm in middle school.
You're not there yet, Sean. You never been in the
I'm going
goddamn
there.
building.
I'm posting his yearbook pictures on Instagram.
You're not even in the building yet.
Let me see his yearbook. I know he got a
I feel
shag.
like-
or
This is
something.
going to my. I'm just finishing my 8th grade year going to high school.
95, 96.
You don't have to do it, Sean.
You're definitely in elementary somewhere.
Yeah, you're on your way to high school.
Because if I'm just getting to high school, you're in.
Yeah,
you're in-
98,
you're-
99, I was going to high school.
And wasn't high school? Middle school was just 7th and 8th back then. Well, at least
6th, 7th.
it was 6th, 7th, and 8th for y'all.
Yeah.
It was just 7th and 8th in my district.
yeah,
my
yeah,
school
6th,
district.
7th, 8th.
Yeah, we ain't have it like that. We only
yeah,
had
you was
7th
leaving
and
5th grade.
Yeah, all right. I was going to middle school.
Right.
We glad we got that clarified.
Shit.
It was written. It's funny because this album, maybe it's why it's so nostalgic to me. This is one of the albums where I can start to really, really remember the buildup of the album. So I was actually in the space. Like Illmatic and Ready to Die and a whole bunch of other albums. I love the albums, but I can't really remember like when they first dropped. This, I remember If I Ruled the World. I remember the anticipation. I remember wanting to buy this album. I was totally in this moment. So I can remember this clearly. And this was, for us, it was a lot of hype. Like, we were, like, ready for this Nas album. It was like, yo, Nas the man. The way they was marketing him, it was like, yeah, it was like he's the next
and he had
dude.
the Hype Williams videos
Yeah,
behind him.
it was a good look. It was like he had
major.
me. He had me. I couldn't wait for this album to come out. This is the album where I was like, I'm getting it the day it come out. Like he really had me with this one for sure. It was different than the other albums. Nas' sophomore album, It Was Written, was released on July 2nd, 1996 on Columbia Records. It was produced by Trackmasters, LEX, Havoc, Dr. Dre, Rashad Smith, and Live Squad. It Was Written was recorded at Soundtrack Studios, D&D Studios, Bearville Studios, Dr. Dre's house, Hit Factory Studios, Sony Music Studios, and Chung King Studios, and also Westlake Studios. So let's get right into it. It Was Written, track number 1, the album intro.
Hey, Nas. Hey, boy.
Produced by Trackmasters.
Yeah, that was the way it
Hey,
came
hey,
on.
Nas.
The whole slavery type
Well,
thing.
first of all, the first original beat was from Change Gonna Come. That was
Sam Cooke.
that they sampled that. Then he went to like the slavery thing, and then the ending part kind of reminds me of like the Illmatic intro, where it's just like a beat and him and AZ kind of talking. That part kind of like goes back to the Illmatic intro to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Get to it.
Get to it. Track number 2, The Message, produced by Trackmasters.
The shit coming in, man. Like the way the beat Gary dropped. Dog. Fake thug, no love. You get the slug. See before slow your luck, though. You didn't know until I was. Dog, this shit right here. This was fucking amazing, dog. That beat
Damn.
was crazy. Nas was.
Love the Sting sample.
Dog, Nas was.
Yo, this is one of my favorite like album openers, like first song to come on the album, like ever. Like I love this song, man. This song is crazy. And this song actually has controversy behind this song. You said it, fake thug, no love, you get the slug, see before gusto, your luck though, it didn't know till I was drunk though. Well, this song had rap beef ramifications because Pac took offense to that line that when Nas said that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is Nas later said that had nothing to do with Pac. It actually was a jab at Big. And remember, Big then took a nice little jab at him on
Kicking
Life
the
After
door.
Death. Yeah, but he was saying like Pac took offense to it, and it was actually a jab to Big.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
So I mean, you throw a stone at a pack of wolves, whatever hit her.
But yeah, I guess he was like whoever wanted to take it. But man, this song was crazy. Remember they showed the first part of this in the video,
yeah, got
like
pulled
the
over
first
by the
verse.
cop.
Yeah, this song is crazy. Crazy album opener, man. The message was dope. Track number 3, Street Dreams, produced by Trackmasters.
I was young at the time, so I took it as Nas shouted out Delaware.
Word.
The whole fucking time it was a disc.
Headed to Delaware with one change of gear.
Yeah, like 1/4 of a square.
Yeah.
So he's coming out here with a quarter key and one chain. Like, I'm gonna blow the fuck up down here. And I'm thinking like, yo, he shouted us out.
That's all we cared about.
Yeah.
He mentioned
He
Delaware.
said he mentioned Delaware,
we
but
did it.
yeah, he shitted on us. And that's what New York niggas was doing. They was coming down here on the blocks and like, know what I mean, just trying to bully shit.
This the second single off the album, and once again, this kind of has some rap beef ramifications as well, because this beat on Street Dreams is the same beat that Pac used on All Eyes on Me. The only difference is kind of Nas used his as an actual single, so it actually brought more life to it.
I actually, what was I watching, man? I was watching one of them interviews on YouTube about Tupac, and they said he was fucking studying this album.
I believe it.
So that's why, like he said, they were on their way. It was the producer dude. I can't remember his name, but anyway, they said they was on their way to Vegas, and like they stopped at a gas station. He was playing the shit out of it. They said probably played it 3 times straight.
I believe it.
It was written.
And this is dope because they also put the lyrics in this.
Yeah, they used to
album.
do that.
I think that's why I actually know a lot of the raps, because I could actually read them all. So I thought that was dope. And he's such a dope lyricist. So for them to put the lyrics in there like that's super dope.
Like a scroll.
It was written. That goes with the theme. But Street Dreams was crazy. Street Dreams was crazy, man. The video, remember the casino? He played off the casino movie. In the video, he had the pink.
You know,
But that wasn't. That
was Kenya Moore.
No, but that wasn't the original Street Dreams, was it?
Yeah, the remix with R. Kelly.
The original one was the casino video.
Okay,
and then he had the one. I think he had a video for the R. Kelly one.
Yeah,
too.
he had the pink suit in that one. I ain't remember in the first one.
Yeah, he had a pink because he was with my man from the Mob movies. He passed away like a couple.
I know
years
you're talking
back.
about. Yeah,
yeah, but he was in there. He was smoking cigar. He had the all pink suit.
Pop
doing
told
the
me
casino.
knuckle up, no fear.
Yeah, Street Dreams is crazy, man. Street Dreams. It's funny because I agree. I think Pac was studying him, but I wonder did Nas had a song first and then Pac album just came out first? I wonder how that worked because
But that was Hit 'Em Up though, right?
No. The Hit 'Em Up was Get Money.
So this is what?
This is All Eyes on.
Oh yeah, Penny. Right.
That was Daz that made that beat, right?
I don't. I'm not sure.
So who made Pac?
Track. What you say?
So they just stole a beat.
Yeah, pretty much. No, the Trackmaster said they produced it. So I guess back then you could just take the whole beat and just say I produced it.
Oh shit.
I'm sure they got the sample from somewhere, but I guess you just say you produced it. But I'm sure this one
had it in the can for you know what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. He might have heard it.
It ain't gonna sound just like somebody else's though.
No, yeah. Exactly.
Shit.
I want to know the real story behind that, but that's definitely interesting.
Should ask Trackmasters.
Track number 4. I Gave You Power, produced by DJ Premier.
This is putting him in the Biggie realm with the storytelling. Like this right here, like to place yourself as a gun. And I mean,
so creative.
I was happy to
creative.
like for him to say that the nigga basically died because he held on. You know what I mean? Like the dude got killed. He pulled out first. He tried to bust, but the gun wouldn't bust. Like he held on. He ain't want to kill nobody else. He was happy till he felt somebody else grab me.
Man, opening lines and raps are so important to me, man. Yeah. He said, I seen some cold nights and bloody days. They grabbed me, bullet sprayed. They did me wrong, so I sing this song to this day. Like that opening line to me was just so ill. Like if you got dope opening bar, like it just changes the whole song, man. Like it just grabs. And this beat was just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think Nas was the first one to do that concept of a gun, rapping as a gun.
Well, I don't know who you got.
I think Pharoah Monch did it. Organized
Confusion. On that joint.
They did it.
But Nas.
What year was that?
I don't know, probably before this.
But Nas, it's a lot of Pac and Nas connection. Then what you're saying, Taz, is definitely true because then Machiavelli came out and me and my girlfriend is a whole gun. Like you clearly got that from Nas.
Yo, I never thought about that.
You ain't never think about that?
Yeah, nah.
Me and my
girlfriend was tough. It wasn't that.
No.
Yeah, my girlfriend's hard.
I didn't know that Pac probably could have been studying this.
Nah,
I didn't think about it till
Kurt Cobain. That's the fucking dude. Kurt Co,
Okay.
the producer.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh,
He was
okay.
studying this fucking album.
Yeah, this I Gave You Power is ill, man. It's ill. DJ Premier killed this beat. Track number 5, Watch Dumb Niggas, featuring Foxy Brown, produced by Trackmasters.
Man, that you didn't like it?
it kind of slows down.
I'm gonna say no, it's not bad, but it's one of my least favorite songs on this album. I don't know. I think maybe it's.
He said they never realized how real Nas is so decisive.
He's killing.
Oh my God.
He's killing the raps. I'm not big on the beat, and I'm not big on the hook on this song. I'm not big on that Foxy Brown hook.
So of course, I mean, maybe not the hook, but so back in the day when it used to be one of my skips, I got in there to call my older cousin who was getting money and all that type shit. But he's like, "Yo, man, listen to this shit," and then I actually listened to the lyrics. I was like, God damn, dog, y'all can never skip this song again. Nas, dog. Nas super dope. This is heavy lyrical right here.
Yeah.
Word. Now, it's a lyrical song, and but the beat, and then I wasn't big on this chorus. It kind of lost me back, especially back then. But it still wasn't bad though. Track number 6, Take It in Blood, produced by Live Squad, Low Ground, and the Top General Sounds. I like this beat and rhymes, man. I made it like that. I want it like that. For
you whack MCs.
Yeah.
Word.
This one was solid.
I don't like that. Yeah, this one was dope. This beat was kind of different. I like this beat, though. It was dope. And coming off of Watch Some Niggas, I like how he kind of changed the beat back up again. Track number 7, Nas Is Coming, featuring Dr. Dre, produced by Dr. Dre.
Some more controversy with this one.
A lot of controversy. But I will start off by saying this is my least favorite song on this album.
Still to this day?
But I will say I hated this song when it came out. But as I got older, I kind of got the song more. But it's still my least favorite song on the album, though.
Yeah, I honestly never really liked this song like that.
I didn't like the beat. And we're talking about Dr. Dre, but I didn't like the beat. What up, Nas?
What's up,
what up,
nigga?
Dre?
Man.
Just smoking on this chronic.
We can tell.
As I got older, this is one of them songs though that I don't skip.
Now, I can see how Pac could really feel some kind of way about this song because they talking about East and West. Dre just left.
Cut that old East Coast West Coast bullshit out.
Dre just left
money.
Death Row, so I can definitely feel like he can hear this and be like, oh, okay. oh, you got Dre with you now. But this is also the beginning of the Nas, Firm, Dre connection. This also was one of that. And if he recorded at his crib, that means he was staying close because, at this point, Dre kind of by himself a little bit.
Yeah.
So a Nas cosign is a big deal. And like you said, Sean, nobody was really East Coast, West Coast like that, other than when Ice Cube came over here and used East Coast producers. But it wasn't really the other way around, where East Coast dudes.
Meth and Redman was on All Eyes on Me, so that kind of.
But that beat was hard though.
Yeah,
that wasn't that ain't sound West Coast.
Like
just Daz killed that joint. Right, I think Daz produced that. Yeah, that was a hard beat. That was an East Coast style beat for sure. But Nas Is Coming. I definitely liked the lyrics as I got older. But when I was younger, I'm just hearing beats.
Yeah.
And the beat just kind of lost me from the beginning. That kind of just took away from me. But
I don't think I was feeling Dre in like the 90s,
and Dre wasn't, and Dre also wasn't at his hottest period at this moment. Like
I don't know, man. I'm a fan of the songs to this day, man.
And then the Nas Is Coming, let's get Nas Is Coming,
the nasty Nas,
and they had all these little ding. But Nas was killing it. He was killing the lyrics though. He was killing the lyrics for sure. He definitely was killing the lyrics. All right, we got track number 8. Affirmative Action, featuring AZ, Cormega, and Foxy Brown, produced by Dave Atkinson and Trackmasters.
I remember my boy Ant, man. He was in college at the time. He went to college in '96. So that was my freshman year. He went to Hampton. And we listening to the album, and we like, dog, Foxy murdered that shit. He's like, I get it, man, but our math is just off. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Aunt? Her math is just off. And nigga, you don't know about selling coke. Like, how the fuck do you know her math is off with coke? If you just like, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up, man. I couldn't believe he said that, but that shit was amazing, dog. Like her verse, the way AZ started it all.
Sit back, relax, catch your contact, sip a cognac, and let's all watch this money to this laundromat. I love how he comes in on that track.
But just like the new King Disease, Cormega had the worst verse.
I like how when AZ starts rapping, then the beat drops. This actually was the beginning of the original Firm. This created the Firm. The buzz off this song created the hype of the Firm, the original Firm with Cormega in it, of course. And later he was replaced by Nature because of beefs. But this song was crazy. Like I remember when this was one of the songs where this album came out. It was one of the songs that everybody was talking about. Like, you hear Affirmative Action, like they killing it.
So I don't remember if on a tape how it was. I think Affirmative Action was on the B side. I think like the split right before this was Silent Murder. Remember, it was a bonus track on the tape.
It was.
It was called Silent Murder.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I went and brought the tape after I heard somebody playing. Like, why? What are you doing? Yeah. He like, this is written. Like, that's not on It's Written. I listen to shit front and back. He like, it is too. He showed me the tape. Like, motherfucker, I was mad.
Yeah, I didn't have the tape, but Trap had the tape. And his tape, I was like, yo, what's this? And he had another album that did that too. One of the ones, I don't know if it was I Am or something else after that did that, where it had another extra one or a different one. You would think the CD would get the extra song.
I hated that. Like, why the fuck did the tape get it?
But man, Affirmative Action was ill, man. This is the ill beat. This is straight mafia. Like the beat went with the whole connection. This is dope, man. This birthed the Firm. If only the Firm could sound like this, like they're like the bulk of their songs, it would be totally.
But man, Foxy verse put her.
Foxy killed it.
That shit lifted her.
She got a whole new respect as like rapping wise with her verse on this song for sure. Affirmative Action, great song.
She had a good 96. Now you think about it.
Yeah, she had that Jay-Z, the Ain't No Nigga single. Then she was killing remixes at this time too. She on the Total No One that remix. She was killing.
But what was the beef? X put you on, Jay made you hot. Was that the bar?
You talking about from Sam made you on, Jack X made you hot. Now you rolling around like some big shot. Who said that?
Yeah, I don't remember, but.
Jay put you on, X made you hot, now you running around like some big shot. That wasn't towards, who was that?
That was towards Foxy for sure.
Nas said that?
No, I don't think Nas said that. Who said that? Jay put you on, X made you hot, now you rolling around like some big shot. I thought that was like a guy to it. I can't think about it right now.
Yeah. Maybe it was.
It was a guy. That was somebody.
That was about Ja Rule.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Jay made you. Yeah, that was 50 Cent. For Ja Rule. Yeah. Track number 9, The Setup, featuring Havoc, produced by Havoc. This is one of those dark Havoc Mobb Deep
Queensbridge.
Yeah, like an old gangster. Yeah.
And Havoc's on the hook too. Nas storytelling on this joint. I like this joint, The Setup. It's a solid joint, man.
This is my favorite type of Nas when he's rapping on up tempo, like you know what I mean, like that type of flow.
Yeah, this is dope, man. Shout out to Havoc. He been killing the beats for a long time, and I like when he got outside of Mobb Deep just to show like he could really do it. It's not like a group thing. Like I can take the best MCs. Like he did a track for Big, did a track for Nas. Like he could work with other people too and still make dope songs. So that shows like how he nice as a producer. Track number 10, Black Girl Lost, featuring JoJo Helly.
Real where?
Produced by LES and Trackmaster.
Not that white star. Drinking Moet like a motherfucker.
Oh man! First of all, JoJo from KC and JoJo Jodeci, he kills this the singing on this song, and I didn't realize that was even him for like a long time.
I don't to this day knew that was. I don't think I knew that was JoJo.
Yeah, I was today years old. Like I didn't know that was him for a long time. Like I didn't realize that was even him. He killed it though, but and that makes sense now that he killed it. But I didn't know that was him.
But That's weird because of the whole Death Row.
And Casey and JoJo with Pac. It's a lot of connections.
Man.
It was a lot of, as I was listening to this now and then looking at all this, I'm like, damn, I never thought of none of this at the time. Man. So I could see how a lot of this stuff, like, played out the way it played out in a way. Because they actually had a meeting at the MTV Awards in New York. Nas camp and Pac camp. They had this big meeting. And they actually squashed it.
Right.
But Pac never got a chance to change the Machiavelli lyrics, so they just put them out. But they actually got cool. They actually had a real tense meeting where Jungle was like, I was ready to shoot. Like, I was ready to shoot.
Oh, yeah. Is that when they had, like, Nas had a lot of niggas?
Yeah. And it was in, like, somewhere. It was during the MTV Awards time. They met somewhere outside. And that's when Pac had that, I don't know what kind of symbol it was. It was a big chain.
The mother. Fuck. They talk about that. So in that same interview, dudes talking about they brought the chain back and all that stuff when he got, because that's what he got. He had it on when he got killed.
And he had a Death Row East. They're like, Death Row East is coming out. Yeah, all that was the same day he met Nas at this real tense meeting. And Jungle was like, I was ready to do whatever. Like, it was ready to go down. But they ended up talking and they ended up being cool. But, Machiavelli still came out.
Snoop was saying that once that happened, like Nas went this way and then Pac and them went that way. And then Pac was like, yeah.
The euthanasia change.
So then Pac was like, yeah, you see that shit? I just punked Nas. And so then what did Snoop say? Snoop was like, nah, you just got lucky. Like yo, he just let us slide. You know what I'm saying?
Right, they was in New York.
A lot of people.
No, because they said the call was kind of on Nas because he had the goons with him. So, but he wasn't on that though. Like he said, he really had love for Pac, so he didn't really understand the energy, of it. But Euthanasia was supposed to be the name of All Eyes on Me. Remember, that was supposed to be the original title.
Okay.
Euthanasia. So that makes sense. But Suge was like, nah, we can't call this that. I can't say all this. Nobody know what that means. Track number 11, Suspect. But back to Black Girl Lost, first of all, not to go over that. That was a real dope song, man. It's talking about the girls, man, like, you should be ashamed.
Not talking about that back to African shit.
Yeah.
What's that guy body shit? Yeah, girl, that dumb shit. that whole shit.
Real weird.
Not that white star.
Not that white star.
Oh man, that was the shit.
I mean, he talking to the ladies, man. Telling you know what I'm saying, like the girls that's lost, man. Try and get you back on point. I think that was a dope song.
Was this song ever meant to be like a hit single or just like an album cut? Y'all think?
It probably was an album cut.
I think it was an album cut, but it was a great album cut though. Like for real, it was. I don't think he ever. He probably could have pushed it as a, but the powers that be was probably like, nah, this is too conscious for. We don't want to put this.
Nas couldn't miss at this point though, man. Yeah, it was hard for him to miss.
Track number 11, Suspect, produced by
LES.
Money, I like the beat and the rhyme on here.
Getting my money.
Suspect, witness, don't come outside. You might get your shit pushed back tonight. I like this joint. LES is also his producer and his DJ, too.
LES is a solid
What up,
producer.
Don?
Yeah.
What up, son? What up, Don?
Yeah. And track number 12, Shootouts, produced by Trackmasters. This beat is so banging to me.
When they come on, that's the old gangster type.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
This beat is, every time I hear this beat, I just, like this is a head knocker, yo. And he's storytelling on this joint. This beat is crazy.
Instead of dying playing, it's crack, 200 grams. Nas rip this shit.
Yeah, this beat and rhymes is crazy. This beat is so crazy. And it's funny because some of these beats on here, it's like the Trackmasters did these beats because they like, I think sometimes I think of Trackmasters, I think of like R. Kelly, like Party, and they hits. But like some of these beats almost is like, damn, do they have ghost producers or something? Because they like totally out their realm to me. Like, but shout out to Trackmasters. But Trackmasters definitely, I would like to see them in the verses. They got joints. But track number 13, Live Nigga Rap featuring Mobb Deep, produced by Havoc.
What nobody say. At this point, Prodigy is the hardest nigga in the world to me. Like the way he, his voice and the way he come on it, man.
Havoc and P. Queens niggas always seem to be. There's running. This is definitely another Mobb Deep, sound. But this is a Mobb Deep song. It is. It is.
You had to have Mobb Deep on your album after coming off the infamous 95, 96.
Good point.
From Queens. Well,
good point.
Havoc is from Queens. But
yeah, he's an honorary.
he don't
Yeah,
pay.
P an honorary member.
yeah.
But this is that, like you said, it's that
Yeah,
energy.
yeah,
This
yeah,
that
yeah.
infamous energy that Nas probably was like, I need.
They
that.
was in the video too.
They was.
Yeah.
They was.
They were sitting on the bench.
They were sitting on the bench. They absolutely was. Yup.
Niggas think shit sweet. I carry big heat.
Woo.
Queens murder click beat.
Yo, the way he come on that track, it kind of like stops. And then
No,
he
it's
come-
no, it's bro, no.
yeah. And he come on there like a don. Like he come on that track like
Niggas think shit sweet. I carry
that-
big heat.
Yeah, he killed that. Queens Murder Clicks Meat. Yeah, he killed that joint. And then track number 14, If I Ruled the World, featuring Lauryn Hill, produced by Trackmasters and Rashad Smith. This is the first single off the album.
This is before your love, right?
What?
Lauryn Hill. This is before you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
madly.
well, this is when I was just loving, not the miseducation love. This is just Fuji's, I think she's dope,
Dope
love.
MC.
Yeah, just dope MC singer love.
Oh, so
right
this
here.
is before in love. This is just love.
Yeah, just regular love. Yeah, this is before the full-fledged, adore whatever you want to call
God
it.
damn, adore.
Nah.
Before the obsession.
But it was a great call though, because her chorus, the
Yeah.
beat, the sample, everything, it just took the song to a whole new level.
And this came from one of her previous songs, right? Like
well, I
the
heard
part of the song.
I heard there was a debate of who to use on the hook, but Lauryn Hill, it was a connection because they both was on Columbia
Same,
Records.
yeah. Okay.
So and then the Fugees were hot. So Ready or Not. Okay, yeah, it worked.
Okay.
So they got the label connection. But Lauryn Hill killed this. The video was crazy. It was like hood some part, then some part you in Times Square. Like John was crazy, man.
Were they on like a moving bus or
Yeah,
something? on top
no,
of
we
something?
talked about it. It was like a flatbed.
Yeah,
It was a
flatbed,
flatbed.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
Fugees the whole Fugees
Yeah.
was in the whole video,
Hype
man.
Williams video.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
big budget. He had the
Big
budget for
big
sure.
budget. And then this song proved like, Lauryn Hill can probably make it without Praz and Wyclef.
Probably.
I think she'll be okay by herself.
Yeah,
if
she
ever
survived.
drops a
She
solo.
somehow survived. Man, this song was big, man. This, like I said, I was fully in this moment, and when this song came out, my anticipation for the album was like sky high, man.
You know what's kind of weird about this? Like the first single is the very last song on the album. Usually it's like
Right.
the first
The
or
first
second.
one or second
so it's
one.
Like you gotta wait to get to it. So that was a good idea.
Man, you could have all the chips, be poor or rich. Don't nobody want a nigga having shit. If I ruled the world and everything in it, sky's the limit. I push a cute 4-5 infinite. There wouldn't be no such things or jealousies or beef felonies. Strictly living longevity to the destiny I thought I'd never see, but reality struck. You better find out before your time's out. What the fuck? Whoa, he ran that.
Then he took that Houdini sample and just flipped it, yo. That was
Yeah, they
That
killed
was
that. They
crazy.
killed. I love them, baby. Everything with that was perfect.
Yeah.
Like how Lauryn Hill was on there. Like that's an example of when everything just comes together, aligns right. They killed that joint for sure.
also with that song, like every verse the beat switches. It's
Yeah, you're
never
right.
the same.
There's
Like,
something like dunga dunga. Yeah, something that do change. Yeah, it do change. Man, this is a hit
Yeah.
record. This is that song. This is what Nas wanted. He got it.
but it's still street though. It's not like it's
Yeah, no, it's not
Yeah,
corny.
definitely
It's not
dope.
like
Yeah.
cheesy.
Yeah.
Like it's dope, but it's a song that the radio was loving at the time, man. Hit record for sure. It Was Written was generally well received by music critics upon release. It sold 270,000 copies in its first week and debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. It Was Written was double platinum by September. It came out in July. By September of 1996, it was double platinum, and it went on to be triple platinum in sales. If I Ruled the World was a platinum single, and Street Dreams was a gold single. It Was Written remains Nas's biggest selling album of all time.
wow,
That's crazy.
that is crazy.
But it makes sense for me. This is my favorite Nas album. This is my favorite Nas album right here. This is also my top 5 all time album.
right.
This is in my top 5 all time.
So what was the impact of It Was Written upon its release?
I mean, it was heavy. It was just solidified or who he was. Like everybody knew Nas was a rapper. This is just damn. It seemed like he can't miss.
I think it put him where he was supposed to be. You know how you like somebody like Nas, one of the best rappers, but I think it actually took Nas and most people thought he was either the best or one of the best rappers, and it actually matched the sales with everybody's perception of him. Like, okay, now I'm moving the units like I'm
right.
really that dude too. So that's the impact to me. I think it took him to the next level.
Well, he
graduated.
He definitely was the top three. I mean, I know Hov, the infamous Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, but at the point, Biggie, Pac, and Nas was the top three at this.
At this point, I wouldn't put Jay in the equation.
It just came out.
At this point, when it was written, came out. I don't know, maybe other people did, but I didn't even think of him. I would probably say Biggie, Nas, and Pac. Yeah, for sure. But it's also, I don't know, all these little beasts. It's two sides to all of them. I don't know. Maybe it's just like young guys that just kind of like stay in their lane. Because remember, Nas and AZ didn't show up to the recording of Bring It On with Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, and they didn't show up to the video. So it was all kind of slights going on Jay, Pac's side. Like,
but I mean, this is the top artist at that point, man. He probably had other shit going on. You want to Bring It On video?
But they asked him numerous times, so I could see how Jay would start his like, oh, this nigga like he think he better than me. I'm trying to show him love because you know he studied Illmatic like everybody else, so he was a fan.
Man, time young grasshopper.
And I think the Biggie Nas thing was just like we at the top.
We at the top,
because behind the scenes it seemed like they was real cool. And I think he was a little jealous that Biggie was getting that money.
Always Survive.
Yeah,
the two always clash at the top. That whole line was, like they ain't really had no beef, but I mean we both at the top. We gotta go at each other.
And he took a shot at Jay too. He claimed to be New York King. It ain't about that. I remember in high school when that came out. But how would you describe the sound that it was written?
I thought it was Nas. It was like it didn't sound like Illmatic, but it sounded an advanced version, I guess.
This had different parts of the album took on its own identity. Like with the Dre beat, with the whole, the West Coast flavor.
Yeah.
Then you get a song where it sounds like it should have been on the Infamous.
Yeah.
Then you get something like The Message that's just like, God damn, dog, like. The Message is his own doing that affirmative action. So like different parts of this album took on his own identity. This shit was a masterpiece to me, man.
Yeah, this was different than Illmatic. It was Illmatic kind of had like a cohesive sound more. This kind of had different sounds to pair. That's kind of why maybe I didn't like Nas Is Coming as much or to watch them niggas, because I felt like it was at like it was the beats was hitting a certain way, and then it kind of changed it a little bit. Like it just changed it, then it picked back up again. You go with a hard joint, and you got the Mobb Deep kind of sound. It was dope. It just changed up more. So what would y'all say about Nas's decision not to use producers like Large Professor and Pete Rock on this album that helped make the first album a classic? Illmatic,
I would say because it didn't sell like it should have. Like it didn't sell like a hip hop classic, like a Hall of Fame album. So now he's trying to like, damn, what I got to do to reach that next level
on this radio.
Like we already know I can rap. We already know I can make classics. Now I got to do it, a different way. So I guess I guess you got to change up, but I don't know if Nas had to.
Sean, you the super hip hop head. Would you have preferred, if you were a little older back then and you loved Illmatic when it first came out, would you have loved to still hear Large Professor and Pete Rock on this album?
Of course, I think it was cool that he did have Premier on one track, but to me those are the standout tracks, like Premier. Anything that kind of set like Street Dreams, The Message, like those. To me they stand out, even though they're singles. I guess it was in videos, but I think if they would have had those same producers, I think Nas probably would have felt like he's in a box, like he has to always have those. So it's like it's good to kind of find your sound. I mean, this is the second album, so he's still young. He's still trying to find his sound.
What East Coast cat was using Dre at that point?
Nobody.
I'm saying so like now it's just like I'm switching my shit up. You know what I mean? Like it ain't real about all that.
But
like,
it's somebody big behind all of this that we didn't even mention yet. But it's a big reason why Illmatic, it was written like it feels like it went to such a different level. It's because he hired Steve Stout as his manager, and I think Steve Stout has a lot to do behind all of that. Like, look, you dope, but we gotta get you on the commercial, the radio. These producers is cool, but we gotta get you with the track masters, because track masters and Steve Stout is like connected heavy.
Right.
So we're gonna get you with track masters. They gonna put you out there more, and they want to take it to a whole nother level. So I just felt like they was kind of casualty. I don't think it probably wasn't even a Nas call. Like, Nas still got love for Pete Rock and Large Professor, but Steve Stout was like, look, if you want me to help you go to the next level, you got to get with some producers that's going to bring you out there more.
Right.
Because he didn't work with Pete Rock again until Godson. He didn't work with Large Professor again until what's the album you like a lot? The older one.
Life is Good.
Life is Good. Yeah. So that was a big gap between albums.
I think I Am was the last time he worked with DJ Premier.
It was. No. It was Nostradamus, though. He had to come in, if you ill, come get me. That was on Nostradamus. That was the last time he worked with Premier.
Now what, 98, 99? Nostradamus?
They were the same, wasn't they like the same year or close to each other?
I Am and Nostradamus would have been a double.
So Nostradamus was the last time he worked with Primo. So, I think it was, I don't think it was his call, but I think he was just going with it. Like, whatever I can do I can sell more units, then I'm with it at this time.
But also Nas had that stigma of he can't choose beats. I think maybe this might have been like, maybe this started that.
You're right. They
do.
But I don't really think that. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
Maybe Nostradamus, and I think Nostradamus only happened because that shit was leaked like
bootleg.
That. That's the only reason that shit was happening, because like Blazing 50s wasn't on there. The Project Window sounded different.
Right.
Drunk by Myself wasn't on there.
If they put them lost tape songs on first of all it was supposed to be a double album. If they'd have put them lost tape songs on the next joint,
that's trouble. That's trouble. Like bar none, dog. He's top.
It would be a whole different conversation if that third one was a classic too. Like word, because those songs wasn't
bad. Hold on,
it wasn't bad.
Hold on,
I Am
wasn't bad at all.
I wasn't bad at all. No, it wasn't bad at all. But from what they telling me, the songs and the sessions, that would have been crazy. How does It Was Written stack up against the other classic albums of that time? We talked about it a little bit.
Well, to me, that's my favorite album in '96. It Was Written was my one.
Well, we did 1996, and I actually have the.
Have your receipts.
I got the receipts. Let me see the receipts of It Was Written, because Taz, you got It Was Written at number one.
That's my number one, yeah.
Reasonable Doubt at number 2.
Right.
I got It Was Written at number 1. I actually got Machiavelli at number 2, and I actually got Reasonable Doubt at number 3. But I will say, from this, doing these like anniversaries, I had Reasonable Doubt at number 3, so it wasn't like I was slighting it. But just listening to it, locking it in for the anniversary episode, I think my respect for that even went higher. For some reason, I think that was a real dope. I ain't gonna say I'm taking it. It Was Written always got this special spot for me because, like I said, it was nostalgic. I didn't catch on it to Reasonable Doubt like when it came out, so I can't never go and take that back again. But It Was Written even more than Machiavelli. It was like I was really in that moment for the album. That's why it was number 1 to me. But Sean, you actually have It Was Written at number 4, dog. You got Iron Man, number 1, Muddy Waters, number 2, and this is blasphemous. Number 3, you got Wrath of a Math by Ja Rule the Damager. And number 4, you got It Was Written. I don't know what you was drinking that episode. I don't know what you was drinking on that 1996 episode, dog.
It wasn't.
It was a good album.
That was at your crib too, wasn't it?
Out of your house.
Yeah, it was your basement.
So 97 was at your house. We did one of them drinks. It was just
we did
me,
no.
you,
We did 98.
98. Okay,
at his crib. Yeah. I know Rap and Math was a dope album, but it's not better than It Was
yeah.
Written. Like you was definitely
Sometimes we make mistakes.
He was definitely on the Jesus juice.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, to me, this is a good album. It's probably definitely one of my top 5 Nas albums. I would say this is my number.
I mean, just on 1996 alone.
Oh yeah.
To me, like
This is my one in '96 though.
this is the top. But I think Reasonable Doubt. I think it's up there, man.
Nah,
I appreciate
what I had
it. You had it
number
1 and
two.
2, so
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I ain't mad at that. But I love Machiavelli a lot, but I don't know, man. Reasonable
No,
Doubt.
Machiavelli could have been my number 3 probably.
Locking into Reasonable Doubt for the anniversary, man. I just got a whole new respect. But I can't take nothing from Nas. It Was Written. I'm not mad at my
This
number
was better
one.
than that double disc that year.
What double disc? Oh, All Eyes on Me. Well, yeah, All Eyes on Me was lower. It was in my top 10 though, but it was just lower down the ladder. How does It Was Written compare to Illmatic? We kind of talked about it, but album for album, because this is something I actually been going back and forth with this in my mind for years. So like, how does It Was Written compare to Illmatic to you? Bar for bar, like who are you taking? Taz, you kind of already said it.
Yeah, maybe it was a time for me. Like I'm a little older now than I was when Illmatic came out, so, of course. But like this album just did a lot more than it's a little longer than
You get 5 more songs.
Yeah, you get 5 more songs, but then you got like the message, like the diversity of the album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, this album's the shit. And to me, this is Nas to this day. It's his best body of work.
Yeah, I had to study these. I studied these albums and went back and forth with this for a long time because I used to tell people like, man, I think It Was Written is my favorite Nas album. But I think from just these anniversaries and just studying it and then really being like real picky on the albums, trying to pick my best one, I think I'll take Illmatic over this album because Illmatic is more cohesive. It got the sound, he stick to it. He just rapping. It Was Written to me is like Nas making a movie, like he making a gangster movie, like come outside, and there's some beats and stuff that is like, if I'm being critical, like I don't feel like it was Illmatic, even though it's only short and 9 songs, it just don't have those same little flaws with certain stuff or hooks or beats. Nah, I think I'll take Illmatic.
This is why I'm gonna be It Was Written, because if we go song for song, I'm gonna have shit. I mean, even the throwaways that you don't like, you gonna have leftover shit.
I don't not like any song on the album.
No,
I
but
just like some songs better than
Nas
others.
Is Coming, right?
It's not that's my least favorite song for sure.
So shit like that, like Watch Them Niggas, like those are shit that I mean, if you threw it away, like that's where I'm at with the big thing with Life After Death. Like it's just so many songs and great songs that it's tough for you to compare that to any album because there's just so much good work on there.
But I think you're critical of those songs because the beat, but the lyrics is
the lyrics is there on every song.
So
like I said, this is super critical.
Yeah.
I think it's a classic, hands down.
Was Illmatic in when we did the episode where you had to have your top 5 albums all time? Did Illmatic make your top 5?
No, but It Was Written didn't either. But Illmatic was like an honorable mention for me. But
I think I still know my list.
It Was Written
and that
didn't
was
either.
one of my lists.
I know of course I know my list is infamous Lauryn Hill number 1. I
say the infamous Mob Deep.
I
ain't gonna never forget.
It was
that.
Life After Death number 2, right?
I don't remember the exact order, but it was Ready to Die and Life After Death was in my top 5. It was The Blueprint, and then I think The Chronic and Illmatic was like 5 in my honorable mention.
I think mine was both big albums. Cuban Link, Blueprint, and this.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but Nas going from Illmatic to this, you can't go wrong with either one.
Right. I'm not mad.
Right.
I'm not
You know
mad
what
at it.
saying?
I'm not mad at it.
But
like, I'm not mad at either way.
I think I'm gonna take Illmatic because it's like it has a more cohesive sound. But this also shows the growth of Nas on this album, saying that he can make the street songs, he can still make a commercial song, but still keep it street where the street guys like it. And now your girl liked the song too because Lauryn Hill's on it, and it don't sound cheesy.
I'm pretty sure I listen to this album way more than I listen to Illmatic.
Yeah.
To this day, like this album, like this shit was just amazing.
You may be right about that. I mean, for me too. But again, I gotta take myself out of it and just be like, okay, I was in It Was Written moment. I wasn't in Illmatic. Like I listened to it, and older people around me was listening to it all the time. But it's different hearing Illmatic, when you're older compared to back then when you was younger. I was bobbing my head to it, but I didn't understand everything he was saying, like lyric wise. It Was Written. I could understand everything he was saying when It Was Written came out. That's why it's different to me.
I mean, it's shit I got later. Like we're not but that's. I probably was where you was at one point with the Nas is coming and to watch them niggas.
Well, I'll correct myself. I can't say I caught everything, but I was and when this came out, I could understand more of the lyric. It was still stuff I caught on to later, of course.
Yeah.
That's like how you're saying that. Like when his third album came out, I Am, was like, I was old enough to be like, all right, this is a Nas album. I actually sit down and listen to this. Like now, it's like you understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I think I was a senior when that show came out.
Crazy part, even with the whole Jay-Z thing, though, dope as I think Reasonable Doubt is, and listen to it back then, I still can't put it over Blueprint, yo. I cannot put it over Blueprint.
I can definitely say that I'll take Blueprint over Reasonable Doubt. I don't know why, but but when Blueprint came out, this was a closer back and forth to me. I just felt like at some point, man, Blueprint, he really nailed this one. And his lyric growth is it's just such a big jump to me. That's why I take Blueprint over.
But even with the Reasonable Doubt stuff, it's stuff later in life that I was like, God damn, this dude. That's why that album still shocks me to this day, man. Damn, this nigga was so far advanced back then. You know what I mean, on that album, but it is what it is.
Illmatic was like poetry, just street poetry. Nas on It Was Written, the subject matters changed, but he also was kind of changing with the times a little bit. What was working. The format of stuff that was working. Big. The format that.
Make yourself a fucking gun. That storytelling of that fucking song alone.
It's crazy. I mean, just think of that song and then Rewind. These are amazing.
Undying Love, when he kills himself.
Amazing.
Rewind was dope.
Rewind is
Second
crazy.
Childhood was a fucking amazing.
Oh, Second Childhood is amazing. Amazing verses, man. Amazing.
Blazer 50.
One of the songs he was a fetus. Was that on
Yeah, Fetus.
That was Fetus, right? Yeah, that was on the Lost tapes, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Drunk by Myself.
Drunk by Myself. I just put that up the other day. Listen to that.
Jones is crazy, man.
That's a true artist right there.
So what did Nas' image change on this album do for his career going forward? Because, he was Nasty Nas on Illmatic. It Was Written, he became Nas Escobar. Yeah. He was even though he wasn't really selling drugs or whatever, he was the Escobar. You got Sosa, you got the Firm, you got the whole mafioso. So what did that change? And Steve Stout's probably behind it too.
That's a Bloody Money verse. Bloody Money 2.
Bloody Money 2 was crazy.
That was Saddam, a nigga that's a thug with charm. Yeah, I think.
Money. Yeah. That's what this like.
Yeah, but he was on that one.
Yeah, he changed his whole image. So what do you think that do? Because actually, honestly, and just doing research on this album before this episode, it's actually a lot of people that didn't like It Was Written. They felt like Nas kind of sold out and went commercial, and then he was trying to be a drug kingpin. They liked his subject matter when he was talking about everyday stuff, not you this mafia dude and all of that. So some people, core fans from the beginning, did not like this change and commercial success for Nas. They wanted the old Nas.
I'm glad I could disagree with them, and I enjoyed this, man. Kept it to the essence. You still got the projects in the back on the album cover, but it's an older Nas. This shit was amazing to me, man.
The image definitely. I was all for it, the Nas Esco. Now looking back then I didn't care. I wasn't doing no research or nothing on the rapper. I was whatever you presented to me. That's what you was. So now I know that he wasn't really that dude in the streets, but he was around it, and he created an image for himself. Nas Esco. I still call him Esco to this day. So it worked. Where Steve Stout was around it, whoever repackaged them. and brought him out. Because you know what I think? I was looking at his old videos and he was saying that he was very shy. He ain't like talking or doing interviews or nothing. So I said, I probably think they created an alter ego for him.
Man,
like, here's this Nas Esco, you the Don. You know?
This is what these rappers need to do today, though. They need to be able to see some shit and put it on paper. Don't actually do the shit. Because when you do the shit, you die, you go to jail. You know, shit like that. So that's why this guy...
They doing it today.
like this is why this guy's able to have longevity in the game. And, like, he's just not... Like, this is crazy, man. Like, I enjoy it, man. So whatever the core fans say, I guess I ain't one of them. I love it.
I mean, but you know what? But that's a true writer, a true artist.
Right.
Like, you don't have to live it to tell it.
Well, he made it. But, I mean, hip-hop is a character.
But you can't tell me he didn't see it. He's from the most
infamous
projects in the world, fucking Queensbridge.
But, I mean, even you had the Wu Gambinos. You had Biggie, Frank White. Now, you had Jay-Z, you know, all the different aliases he had. He was Iceberg Slim at one point, you know. But I mean,
Jovito.
Yeah, so I mean, like, Jay sold drugs, Biggie sold drugs. Nas may not have sold no drugs, but I mean, they all he's from the projects at the end of the day. So Jungle was out there, so you know, he tried to sell drugs, it just didn't work out for him. But he had a much better option rapping. Yeah. So if he was a Don, he wasn't.
But a lot of these dudes didn't come in at 18.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's his first album's at 18.
And I mean, he was like 16 or something when he was rapping on, you know, when he was giving them first verses that really
was Lick Shots
Live at the Barbecue and all that. So I mean, you're right. A lot of them came in later.
Yeah, they came in later, though. Like,
so Big and Jay, you know, got to experience a little more, you know, life or whatever.
But what we hear from Pac, though, but none of that shit was true.
That's factual.
like he was a great artist though. He's still to this day one of the top MCs ever. But that whole shit was a fucking lie.
He was a Black Panther.
He went to fucking art school. Like
with Jada Pinkett in Baltimore. Then he went to New York. Then he became the West Coast Don. Like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy looking back at it.
But not the diss Pac though. But like what was the joint called? Outlaw Immortal and Thug Life, like them type joints, man. They like news in Oakland was like, nah, he wasn't that.
Yeah, no, that's true. So it was written. Can we universally say this is a classic?
Certified.
Boom, classic, man. It's a classic. I don't think it ever was a doubt with anybody. So where do y'all rank? It was written in Nas' discography.
It's number one to me. Top 5 all time to me.
I got it number 2. Number Illmatic, it was written, then Stillmatic, number 3. Top 3. I mean, I could probably got 5. Life is Good is right there. Probably number 4. And I'm not sure what number 5 is off the top of my head.
King Disease? Would you throw that
I like
there?
King Disease. I ain't gonna put it up there. I like I Am.
I ain't gonna put King Disease in my top 5 though. Nah, not top 5. I definitely got Illmatic, it was written. I feel like I'm missing one, but Illmatic, it was written. Stillmatic, Life is Good. That's my top 4 for sure. 5, I gotta think about.
I would say it was written in my top 4, and it's my number 4. My list is a little crazy.
What is your list now? Because now you got to break this down to me.
I got Illmatic, my favorite Nas.
Oh, you're gonna say Life is Good number 2?
Life is Good. I don't know what. I love that album. It's a mature adult Nas. He's killing it. Number 3, if you want to consider this, I like the Lost Tapes a lot. I like the Lost Tapes a lot. I'm not sure if it's considered a real
I think it's a classic,
album.
but I don't consider that a Nas album. I don't consider that a Nas album though. But I think the Lost Tapes is definitely classic. But because it was pieced together, I don't really consider it. But it's great though.
I mean, to me, it's like if that's his scraps and he's just putting it on an album,
that says a
crazy.
lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
And then it was written.
Okay.
Well, number 5 would be. I would put I Am. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
No. You know what? I really liked.
I gotta think about
Streets
that.
Disciple. I like that a lot.
Nah, I can't get Street Disciple in my top 5.
It was a double disc, but it had some bangers on there.
Holy shit.
Maybe Godson. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Maybe Godson though. I gotta think about it though. What's your favorite song on It Was Written?
I Give You Power.
The Message.
Or The Message, yeah.
Ooh.
The Message.
Ooh, that the message is tough. I kind of
sample that.
I kind of like Street Dreams too, though. Like that joint was just hard. I know the beat was already there, but I just feel like
I might take Affirmative Actions over Street Dreams. But it's clear for me. It's the message.
The message is one of my favorite album openers of all time. Like I just love how that thing, the whole setup and breakdown, like that joint is great. I'm gonna go with the message of Street Dreams. Them first two, it's between them right there. Are there any albums? You know, this is the reaching period. Are there any albums that came out, last decade or two that remind you of It Was Written, give you that kind of feel?
I think it's got to be somebody's second album to even compare, right? You want to compare?
I mean, is there an album that I like better than It Was Written? Yeah, but to compare it, that's tough, man.
Yeah,
that's tough. You at least got to give me I Gave You Power. That it got to be that type story on your joint. It ain't got to be a gun, but you got to give me that type storytelling on that.
I don't think people are that creative anymore. They're not doing that type of stuff no more, which is sad.
I don't know, man. I know a lot of people that took from Nas's DNA and maybe got a song where I could say, oh, that guy not. But a whole project, I really can't. I don't really feel nothing that's like It Was Written like. Not saying it was even better, just like that gives me that feel. I can't really think. I normally can think of something, but like for this, like the last couple ones, I can kind of grow on them.
Like I said earlier, to me, this is a top 5 album ever. So for me, your album got to be that for me to arguably you get in my top 5 to be like that.
Even some of the new dudes, I think like J. Cole does some stuff that kind of sometimes it gives me like a Nas feel, but he don't have an album that got It Was Written vibes.
I love Forest Hill Drive, but it's not.
But it's not this, nah. And I love Forest Hill Drive. I think that's one of my favorite. Well, it is my favorite album from J. Cole. And of the new generation, that's one of my favorite albums. But I don't get any It Was Written type vibes from that joint.
You think because we're older?
No, I love Drake's Take Care album. It ain't that.
I mean, because
and nothing was the same, but it ain't that.
I think because we're younger, we're growing up in it. You know what I mean? Now we're older, we just get it. You feel different about it.
I don't know, because I got to correct myself, because when we did Reasonable Doubt, I drew a blank for a minute, and I actually do think there's an album that y'all don't like it, but I definitely do think it's an album that reminds me of Reasonable Doubt, and I don't know why, because they were saying it, but I just wasn't thinking about it. But I actually think Burden of Proof reminds me of Reasonable Doubt. In a Benny's way, that's his version of Reasonable Doubt. And I get that feel from that. But they were saying the Plugs I Met, and I wasn't even thinking about Burden of Proof, and I didn't get that from Plugs I Met. But I think the Burden of Proof reminds me of Reasonable Doubt.
Somebody compared the Plugs I Met to Reasonable Doubt?
When they were saying Benny, for some reason, I was thinking they were saying plugs. So that's what I was thinking about. And I was like, nah, Plugs don't remind me. But Burden of Proof actually does remind me of a Reasonable Doubt. But It Was Written, it's nothing that comes to my mind. It's nothing.
Burden of Proof is a bona fide classic to you?
To me, yeah. Oh, you know I gave it my 5. I gave it 5. I only gave 2 albums 5 headphones since we've been doing the podcast. And that's one of them. And then 444. Those are only 2 albums since we've been doing a podcast that I gave 5. I think I really like Burden of Proof. I think that's dope. But It Was Written, nothing gives me this feel.
I gotta go back to that.
Nothing gives me this feel. Nah, man, that Burden of Proof, man.
I gotta go back to that.
That's my joint. I think he killed that.
Burden of Proof is the album that had the best verse on? Conway had the best verse on this album. Am I
I don't even Benny puts out so much.
War Pain's on this album, right?
Yes. Man.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Come on, dog. That's disrespectful.
Wow.
No, am I wrong?
I mean,
was that your verse of the year?
It was
no disrespect to the album. I just don't see that fucking Reasonable Doubt was amazing.
Hey, what if somebody said that Biggie got the best verse on the Reasonable Doubt?
I wouldn't. That's hard to say, though.
Okay,
I love you. You know how I am about Big, but Jay didn't get washed on that song, dog. He held his own.
I don't think Benny got washed on that song. Conway just killed the track.
I don't think about Benny's verse when I hear that song. I don't think about it.
On that song. Yeah, okay.
Like,
I get that. I get
Like,
I don't think Benny don't got no whack. Matter of fact,
I'm
Benny
not-
got a verse with Rick Ross where you forget all about Rick Ross's verse on his. Rick Ross normally dope though. Rick Ross normally dope though.
Carl, I should knock your mic over. So you're gonna say he's one of these lyrical guys? He raps great, makes great albums, but lyrically, you could put him on a level with these guys.
Who?
Ross.
Oh, nah, but he
So
rides the beat though, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, you may have
He
a
make
point.
great
You may
songs.
have a point about the Conway verse, but I think that does Burden of Proof does remind. It's called Burden of Proof, Reasonable Doubt. He got the little interludes, the way the songs come apart. He got pain in the ass on there.
I'm waiting for you to sit there and say, you know what, this is his blueprint.
Nah. I think no.
It's just like it's just Hove.
No,
Like,
I think it's more a reasonable. I think it's more a reasonable doubt than anything close to Blueprint. I don't, but that's me though.
Like I'm not even comparing it lyrically because I think my comparison was the first Jeezy. Just
yeah. I mean, it's up to opinion, but I don't really have nothing that I could say like, yeah, man, it's kind of got fragments of it was written. So that said a lot about Nas, man.
Yeah.
A lot about Nas. Classic album.
I mean, a lot of people won't say it now because I mean the whole jabs and all that. But this is a lot of people's favorite MC, dog. He's the MC's favorite MC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
they study Illmatic. Jay-Z, this can't be life. You talking about Illmatic.
Yeah.
Illmatic. Like everybody, this was everybody's album. He just wasn't making the money yet, but they were studying it. They had to go back in the studio like, what am I doing?
Every day coming time, dog, because who knows what Nas would have been if he'd had that money that young.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, you know what I mean? If his fame would have came that young. You know what I mean? Like, he where he need to be now.
You're right. So it was written 25 years later.
Damn.
Wow, these 25-year anniversaries is weird to me. But 25 years later, it was written. Like, what is his legacy?
I'm just glad I wasn't a kid. I mean, a grown-up when 25 years ago. Like, I was a kid. So, like, you get these 25 as an adult now, and you be like,
60.
man, I was a grown-ass nigga then. Like, I was a grown-ass nigga then when this album came out. I remember it.
I
I'm
wonder
a
how
first
like
kid.
somebody who's like older when this came out, like, do they still like Nas now as an artist? Like you know what I mean? Like you're old enough to see the growth of him as to where he is now.
Nas,
So you saying like what? You like 30 when Nas, 20 or 30 when Nas came out?
but Nas' issue has never been lyrics, ever.
That's true.
Like so if you can be that type and then you're not caught up in the beat, because that's where we are. We caught up in beats.
Yeah.
And if a song, you know, if the instrumental's not good, we can let it get past us and we be like, that shit ain't it.
Nas is
but
so,
lyrically,
yeah.
it's lyrically.
Nas
I'm
is
quite
so-
sure. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like Nas is so dope. It's like, nah, it's Nas. So what if the beat's okay?
If-
he still kills.
But he can carry a lot of beats because he's such
Yeah.
good. He's such good as a lyricist.
But just think if we could just take all the music away and just have a cappella of these artists.
he would be one of the best.
Easy, dog. Like easy.
Sometimes
No, he is one of the best.
Yeah,
but-
technically,
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Yeah, he's one of the best. It's a reason why we're still Jay-Z and Nas the only two real relevant people from like our era. Like that really like.
Well, shit, they're the only ones alive for one, but
I mean, like high level that still get attention. It's like Jay-Z,
still
Nas,
relevant,
and
still-
then there's a big,
Yeah.
there's a big separation between everybody else.
like I mean like they put out one song together and then the world went crazy.
Yeah, and it don't even got to be. It don't even if you like it or not. Like it's just like it's Jay-Z and Nas.
and we know who the heavy hitter, the gorillas, the aliens as we call them, rappers are. But if you get down and I'm not betting against him with many people.
Nah,
I'm not betting against this motherfucker. Like I ain't gonna do it, dog, because I know he could come with some shit.
I mean, look at the bath salt verse. Like he destroyed that
Yeah.
verse, and I mean, like how many years has he been doing this? Like you know Nas still he's never gonna lose that talent. But it was written, man. 25 years later, this album is a classic, certified classic, and
Stamp.
he's one of the few artists that undeniably came back with two back-to-back classics from the jump. It's not a lot in that class. Not even Hove, as much as I like them. That have 2 back-to-back classics, freshman, sophomore classic. Like Kanye even has freshman, sophomore classic. Everybody don't have that. It's a tough thing.
But that's what started
That's why they call it the sophomore slump.
It's tough to come back.
Wu got it. Biggie, of course. Not Pac. Pac ain't have first or second. Or
that album.
I
don't know. We can do that some other time.
Mobb Deep. No. Mobb Deep doesn't have it because Juvenile Hell came out first. Yeah, so they got second and third. So I would just say like Biggie, Nas,
Ghostface,
Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface. I give them that.
It's tough.
It's not a lot. They
tough.
got first and second, like where it's like those are classics kind of thing. It's not a lot of people.
Oh, how we not name them?
Who? What we forget?
Nigga, he did it better than anybody ever did it.
Who?
DMX.
DMX is
did it
one
the
for
same
sure.
year.
Yes.
Like, he ain't do it.
Damn.
It wasn't just like, you got your first and second, but he did that shit the same year.
DMX for sure. Yup. I throw Outkast in there.
What was it, ATL?
ATL. Oh man, I love that album.
Kendrick.
I ain't mad at the Kendrick one. I ain't mad at the Kendrick one.
You know, I ain't the biggest Kendrick guy.
I can't even say I can't even say that for J. Cole because I did not like his first album. But I can say I ain't mad at Kendrick.
What was Drake's second album?
Take Care. I like Take Care. I didn't like the first one.
See, I don't have a problem with the first one.
Yeah, I like Take Care though.
Like the first one was the whole LeBron thing, right? Remember the whole LeBron movie thing? That song was on that album, right? Fireworks.
No, that's not on there.
More Than a Game.
Now that out, yeah, that's on that soundtrack. That's not on his first album.
Okay,
but
Unforgettable's on there. Fancy's on there.
He got some joints on there. I don't know. Coming off the mixtape to that, it wasn't my favorite. But it may be hard to find 10 people that we could say got, or 10 rappers or groups that we could say got freshman and sophomore classics, like undeniable classics, not underground classics.
What you call his album a classic?
What's that?
The first Red Man?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him in this argument. Some people will, but
Muddy Waters was a classic.
Muddy Waters is definitely a classic. But he got a couple albums. He had
I didn't like Jeezy's second album. Ross' second album was Triller, right?
Port of Miami, then Triller. Yeah, I can't throw him in the conversation.
Triller's my shit, but I
can't throw none of them. Like Snoop, Doggy Style, and then the Dog Father.
Raekwon don't got it.
Yeah, Raekwon. I wasn't big.
Would you say Jay-Z don't got it?
Jay-Z don't got it. Volume 1.
Yeah.
Volume 1 got good songs on there, but he was trying to be big and it wasn't working. He was just trying the commercial joints, and I hated some of them songs. But I mean, he got it back on it later. But yeah, Nas is in a rare class, man. Like
T.I. don't got it.
No, T.I.'s first album wasn't that good.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was written, man. If you ain't heard, it was written.
Stop
if you don't even know about Nas and you younger, like, man, study this guy, man. It's the reason why people's calling him either their GOAT or one of the GOATs. Like, it's for a reason. Illmatic, it was written as a classic album, man. Classic album, man.
Definitely.
So go back and check that out, and go back and check out all the Nas discography, man. But we Concert Crew Podcast, we here for the culture, man. We're gonna keep on talking about these classics. We're gonna reminisce on these classic times. But make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Go download, subscribe. We on all digital platforms. Make sure y'all go to our YouTube page. Subscribe. Check out all of our videos, man. Man, we here. We ain't going nowhere. It was written. Yo, Pito, hit us with the favor.
From
we out.
40.
Yeah.